guys, I'm Jeff the Homestead Dad, and I figured I'd come to you with a quick video about 9/11. I've seen a bunch on Facebook about people saying, where they were, what they were doing on 9/11 in 2001. So I figured I'd just do a quick video for anyone who's interested on what I was doing. Back in 2001, I had just graduated college. I owned my landscaping company with my brother. He had gone back to college already, and my cousin was working with us, so it was my cousin and I cutting grass. Trying to think, based on the grass that I was cutting, it was probably a Wednesday, but I don't remember. But I remember, so when I cut grass, we used walk-behinds and riders, and we had radio headphones, hearing protection that had radio in it, and I'd just be listening to music. And I was listening to music, and they kind of interrupted one of the songs and said something happened to one of the trade towers. They're not sure if it's an explosion. They're not sure what happened. They're not sure if it's an attack. And then they kind of went back to music. I was like, that's really weird. Well, then they cut in again, and a plane has hit. A second plane has hit the other trade tower. We're not sure what's going on. We're not sure if it's an attack on the country. They're not sure. So then now I'm listening to the DJs kind of describing what they're seeing on the TV, and I'm just listening to it on the radio. And after the second time they cut in, my cousin didn't really like the headphones. They hurt his ears. So he just had earplugs in. And after the second time, I was like, dude, you may want to put on some headphones and listen to what's going on, because I'm not sure what it is, but it sounds major and it sounds bad. So that morning, we're listening to this as they're describing it, and I vividly remember my cousin and I were near each other working when they described the first tower falling. And my cousin fell to his knees, and we just both kind of stopped and looked at each other and were like, what is happening? And one of my first thoughts was, when I was 22 years old, I was going to be getting married in a month, is someone attacking us? Are we going to be going to war? Are we going to, have a draft? That was my thought. It was like, am I going to end up having to go to war? You think to yourself, is this a Pearl Harbor where, we need to then, that was my thought. And it was, so I remember several times throughout the day, people coming out and asking us as we're cutting grass and stuff like that, do you guys know what's going on? Have you heard? And, us telling them, yeah, we've heard it on the radio. And I remember texting with my wife, who, I think she was working, and it was just, or she was my fiance at the time, now my wife. But it was surreal. And I remember getting home and turning on the TV, and by the time we got home, I think they had stopped playing in repeat over and over again the falling of the towers, because they're afraid of traumatizing children and people. So I remember it taking a while for me to find the video of the towers falling, but I just remember how surreal it was. And after the fact, you hear about how many, heroes there were, firemen and policemen, and, running into the buildings when everyone else is running out. So whether or not you're a firefighter, a first responder, a policeman, policewoman, whatever it is, no matter where you are, thank you very much for your service. And, they say we'll never forget, and I will never forget where I was and what I was doing on that day so many years ago, on that terrible, terrible day. So for those of you who are interested, I figured I'd let you know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.